Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Unit 11 Air Part 1. Students, in this session we are going to discuss about introduction of air, history of oxygen, occurrence of oxygen, physical and chemical properties of oxygen, uses of oxygen, occurrence of nitrogen, physical and chemical properties of nitrogen, uses of nitrogen and nitrogen fixation. These topics are covered in the page number 114 to 118 in our textbook. Let us see one by one. So, what is air? Air is a mixture of gases that surrounds our planet Earth. It is essential for the survival of all the living things. So, the blanket of air around the Earth is called the atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere is a very thin layer wrapped around a very large planet. Right. Let us see how much percentage of different gases present in our environment. Students, air contains 78.08% of nitrogen, 20.95% of oxygen, 0.93% of argon, 0.04% of carbon dioxide and small amount of other gases like neon, helium, methane, krypton. Students, which gas is essential for our breathing? Yes, we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. What about plant? Plants in turn use carbon dioxide for photosynthesis and release oxygen. These are the routine process. So we will equalize the gas smoothly. But nowadays, what are you going? The population increasing. So man have been cutting down trees for their needs. In this reason, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing because man releasing carbon dioxide. So there is no tree to take in carbon dioxide, right? So the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing. This is the responsible for the raising of atmospheric temperature. Not only this, the industries and vehicles release carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. These are the reason to forming global warming, acid rain, which affect us in many ways. In total, the quality of air is gone in the modern days. Students, in this lesson, we are going to study about the effects like greenhouse effect, global warming and acid rain. We will also study about occurrence and properties of the gases like oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide. Let us see one by one. First, oxygen. All living things in the world need oxygen. We can't imagine the world without oxygen. See the picture. This is Earth with oxygen. This is Earth without oxygen. We can't imagine this, right? Students, our scientist C.W. Shelley first discovered oxygen in 1772. He called the gas fire air or vital life because it was found to support the process of burning. It was independently discovered by the British scientist Joseph Priestley 1774. Finally, our scientist Lavoisier named oxygen. The name oxygen comes from the Greek word oxygenes, which means acid producer. It is called so because early chemists thought that oxygen is necessary for producing acids. Oxygen is necessary for producing what? Acid. Let us see occurrence of oxygen. Students, oxygen is the most important element on the earth by mass and it is the third most abundant element after hydrogen and helium in the universe. Oxygen occurs in the free state as a gas to the extent of 21% by volume or 23% by weight in the atmosphere. Not only in a free state, it occurs combined state also in water, in vegetable and animal tissues, in nearly all rocks and in many minerals. Oxygen is the most abundant of all elements and exists in free form as O2. Liquid O2 is pale blue and paramagnetic in nature. Oxygen occurs as two non-metallic form, that is dioxygen O2 and ozone O3. Ozone O3 can be easily liquefied as compared to O2. It is a dark blue unstable liquid. Students, most of this has been produced by photosynthesis, in which the chlorophyll present in the leaves of plants uses solar energy to produce glucose. Let us see percentage of elements in the earth's crust, right? So in earth crust, the percentage of oxygen is 46.6%. In combined state, it is present in the earth crust as silicates and metal oxides. It is also found in water on the surface of the earth. See here, combined state is nothing but oxygen combined with other metal oxides also, right? That is magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium, iron, aluminum, etc. Triatomic molecule. What is triatomic molecule? Yes, O3. The name of O3 is ozone. Is present in the upper layer of the atmosphere. Do you follow, students? Next, we move to physical properties of oxygen. Oxygen is a colorless, odorless and tasteless gas. Only inorganic gas in clinical use. Non-explosive and non-combustible, yet supports combustion. It exists as a gas at room temperature and ambient pressure. Its critical temperature lies above room temperature. Oxygen dissolves readily in cold water. It is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. Oxygen supports combustion. Oxygen is heavier than air. Being heavier than air, oxygen can accumulate in low-lying areas such as pits or underground rooms, especially in cases of liquid spillage. These are the properties of oxygen. Let us see chemical properties of oxygen. First, combustibility. Oxygen is a non-combustible gas as it does not burn on its own. It supports the combustion of other substance. So only it is a non-combustible gas. Observed only when substance is changed and interact with another substance. For example, flammability, able to burn. Rusting, combining with oxygen to form rust. Students, can you think of others? Good. Think and write it. Oxygen, not a fuel, will not burn on its own. Combines with other substance to cause them to burn at a higher temperature. Must be 99.5% pure to support the combustion of iron. Oxygen react with metals. Oxygen react with metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminum, iron, etc. to form their corresponding metal oxides, which are generally basic in nature. But the metals differ in their reactivity towards oxygen. So when metals are heated with air, they may react with the oxygen present, right? Metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide. Some metals react vigorously with oxygen and burn fiercely. Some react more slowly and others do not react at all. Let us see another examples. Aluminium react with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. Sodium reacts with oxygen at room temperature to form sodium oxide. Magnesium does not react with oxygen at room temperature. On heating in oxygen, magnesium burns with dazzling white light to give magnesium oxide. Let us see oxygen react with non-metals. Oxygen reacts with various non-metals like hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. to give corresponding non-metallic oxides which are generally acidic in nature. So non-metals react with oxygen to form acidic oxides or neutral oxides. The acidic oxides of non-metals dissolves in water to form acids. For example, carbon react with oxygen. What will happen? Carbon dioxide formed. Right? Carbon dioxide plus water gives carbonic acid. This is the formation of acid. Do you understand, students? Let us see some more examples. Reaction of metal with oxygen. Iron plus oxygen gives iron oxide. Aluminium plus oxygen gives aluminium oxide. Reaction of non-metals with oxygen. Sulfur plus oxygen gives sulfur dioxide. Carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Let us see oxygen react with hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons is nothing but compounds containing carbon and hydrogen, that is hydrocarbon. This hydrocarbon react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water vapor. For example, wood, petrol, diesel, LPG, these are the hydrocarbons, right? This hydrocarbon burn in oxygen. What will happen? They produce heat and light. Hence, they serve as fuel. Let us see one equation. So, this is hydrocarbon. This hydrocarbon react with oxygen. What will happen? They produce carbon dioxide, water vapor, heat and light. Do you understand, students? Next, rusting. The process of conversion of iron into its hydrated form of oxide in the presence of air and moisture is called rusting. Rust is hydrated ferric oxide. That is rusting. Let us see one equation. The symbol of iron is Fe. The iron react with oxygen. It produces Fe2O3, ferric oxide. This iron oxide Fe2O3 react with water. It gives rust, that is hydrated ferric acid. This is name of rusting. So X is nothing but number of water molecules present in here. Do you follow, students? Next we move to uses of oxygen. Most widely used as an oxidizing agent. For example, in the steel industry to remove impurities. It is used with acetylene C2H2 for oxyacetylene welding. C2H2 is a acetylene. It reacts with oxygen to give carbon dioxide plus water. This is used for welding industry. Right? Oxygen is used in medicine. It is used in chemical industries as an oxidizing agent in the manufacturing of nitric acid from ammonia and sulfuric acid from sulfur dioxide. Plants and animals use oxygen from the air for respiration. It is used for artificial respiration by scuba divers, mountaineers, astronauts, patients, etc. It is used as rocket fuel also. Mixed with powder charcoal, it is used as explosives. These are the uses of oxygen. Do you understand, students? Next, we move to nitrogen. Nitrogen is one of the most important elements. Animals and plants need nitrogen for their growth. All living organisms, including us, contain nitrogen. It is an essential element present in proteins and nucleic acids, which are the building blocks of all living things. What is nitrogen? Nitrogen is one of the most significant elements in organic chemistry. It is an inert diatomic gas. Nitrogen name is derived from a Greek word nitron and genus, which means night forming. It is an element with the symbol N and atomic number 7. Nitrogen is the lightest member of group 15 of the periodic table, often called the pnictogens. Let us see occurrence of nitrogen. Nitrogen is the fourth most abundant element in the human body. It accounts for about 3% of the mass of the human body. It is thought to be the seventh most abundant element in the universe. So Titan, the largest moon of Saturn, has an atmospheric made up of 98% of nitrogen. Nitrogen occurs both in free state and combined state. So nitrogen, which makes up the major portion of the air, is needed by organisms to survive. Nitrogen is found in the atmosphere, occupying about 78% by volume of air. It is present in organic matters such as proteins, amino acid, polypeptides. In living things contain nitrogen. Let us see physical properties of nitrogen. At standard temperature and pressure, two atoms of the element bind to form dinitrogen, that is N2. It is incombustible diatomic gas. Molecular weight is 28.01. It does not burn. So it is a colorless, tasteless and odorless gas. It is slightly lighter than air. When it freezes, it becomes a white solid. It is slightly lighter than air. Right? This is solid carbon dioxide. Nitrogen becomes a liquid at low temperature and looks like water. So nitrogen liquefied from its gaseous state. Let us see chemical properties of nitrogen. First, chemical reactivity. Nitrogen is inactive at ordinary conditions. It combines with many elements at high temperature and pressure or in the presence of catalyst. Cool the air up to 200 degrees Celsius, increase the pressure. Then liquid air will be formed. Nitrogen will be produced when liquid air will be distillated. Next, combustion. Nitrogen is neither combustible nor a supporter of combustion. So, nitrogen in the moderates the rate of combustion. Nitrogen react with metals. With reactive metals like lithium and magnesium to form nitrides. So, nitrogen react with metal, what will happen? They form metal nitrides. For example, metal magnesium react with nitrogen, gives magnesium nitrate. With oxygen at very high temperature, what will happen? Nitrogen react with oxygen, it gives nitric oxide at very high temperature. with hydrogen at a special condition. This is non-metal reactive with oxygen equation. So hydrogen is a non-metal. So non-metal reactive with nitrogen means it gives nitrogen compound. That is ammonia. Nitrogen reactive with hydrogen, it gives ammonia. This is a Haber process method. We will find ammonia. Let us see uses of nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen is mainly used as refrigerant. The gas is mainly used as an inert atmosphere to reduce fire hazards in some aircraft fuel system. It is used in light bulbs as an alternative to argon gas. It is used in manufacturing stainless steel. Nitrogen in many applications is a good blanketing gas because of its inert properties. It is used to protect flammable or explosive solids or liquid from contact with air. Nitrogen is used as a refrigerant and it is used in Haber process to manufacturing ammonia. The Haber process combines nitrogen from the air with hydrogen derived mainly from natural gas, that is methane, into ammonia. The reaction is reversible and the production of ammonia is exothermic. Students, nowadays nitrogen is used as a substitute for compressed air in tires. This is regular air filling tire. This is a nitrogen air filling in tire. It is used for the preservation of food also. These are the uses of nitrogen. Next, nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen gets circulated in the air, soil and living things as the element itself or in the form of its compounds. Just as there is a circulation of carbon in nature, so also there is a circulation of nitrogen. It is essential for the proper growth of all plants. The plant cannot make use of the element nitrogen from the air as such. The plants require soluble compounds of nitrogen. Thus, plants depend on other processes to supply them with nitrates. Any process that converts nitrogen in the air into a useful nitrogen compound is called nitrogen fixation. Fixation of nitrogen is carried out both naturally and by man. So this is the nitration. Students, see the root of this plant. This is the nitrogen fixation in leguminous plants. Do you understand, students? Okay. Next, let us move to evaluation for this session. Which is the another name of oxygen? Mention the physical properties of oxygen. Write the equation of metals with oxygen. List out the uses of nitrogen. Write a short notes on nitrogen fixation. Students, write the answer for all these questions in our notebook. Students, use this link for our further clarification of this session. Thank you.